and running, and left with last 10 minutes of our discussion. I didn't mention that this time on we're going to be looking at the financial year in currently 2022-2023. What are the chances of recovery for the sector, the SMEs, pretty much? And that is where our focus is now. So how are the SMEs, how can we prepare for recovery of this sector?
So we are in an uncertain period,
yes,
driven now by the new challenges, as I've mentioned, especially of rising inflation.
Yes.
The central bank has tried to leverage its monetary policy role to try to curb this through the raising of the central bank rate. In an unusual kind of way, they've raised it twice within a very short period of time. From 6.5% to 7.5%, and from 7.5% to 8.5%. The hope is that this will help to curtail the running inflation. But because some of this inflation is driven primarily by external factors, there's a lot of uncertainty. Okay? So it means that the next 6 months to 1 year are a very uncertain period. If inflation goes out of and the central bank maintains a very tight monetary policy, then you can have a situation of the economy being pushed into a form of recession. So we hope that won't be the case, but it's an period, and I think for businesses out there, they should maintain this orientation.
Okay. All right. Now, sources have it that now next week there's the SMEs week.
Yes.
If you're to take through, if you can take us through what happens with the SMEs week and what should the trader community expect during this particular period?
So the MSME week is an opportunity to showcase what they've done. For 2 years, MSMEs have been struggling, complaining, struggling, and so on. We must say, well done for those who are still in the business, because simply existing is success.
Very true.
Yes.
And
so
such hard times.
From the 20th to the 23rd, we are having the SME week. It's free. It's commercial grounds at the multi-purpose hall. Please just show up, attend the sessions. We are having sessions on the policy environment. We're having the ministers to come to be able to explain what are they doing to improve things. We're having a discussion on the digital economy and financial inclusion and the interface between the two. In the afternoon, we'll have specific sessions, and we'll have a particular session that will look at how our SME is benefiting from the various funds that government is putting in place. So we are going to have very robust discussions, but we'll also have SMEs showcasing what they do. Entrance is free. So I would like to encourage SMEs and general members of the public, please come from the 20th to the 23rd. We are starting on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we end on a Saturday. So please come and see what other SMEs are doing and get inspired. Learn how people have been able to cope through these 2 years.
All right.
And then identify what opportunities you can take advantage of in this context.
Okay.
Yes.
So should we expect it to be like an exhibition and an expo?
Yes, there's going to be an expo certainly. But alongside the expo, there'll also be panel discussions and various things. So don't just come to see things.
Okay.
You come to also listen so that you can pick some knowledge.
So we need to exhibit things.
Yes, SMEs are going to.
Is it what does it take for them to actually exhibit all
SMEs? Well, the federation is non-profit.
Okay.
So bring whatever little money you have. The important thing is that we want you to exhibit.
To show what you've been
doing. Yes, because we are not after making money from you. That entrance free.
Okay.
Because we want to see you showcase what you do. We want to promote you because that's our mandate as a federation.
To see how the sector grows.
To see how this sector grows.
And should we expect it to be an annual event now?
Of course, it's an annual event. We have put it on hold because of the pandemic.
Okay.
Yes.
All
but
right.
now that the economy is open, please, some SMEs can already start booking for the next year.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And there are chances, I believe, with exhibition, you get to interact with possible clients. Like we say, that you get to at least get exposure with people who are doing the same things as you are doing. So, Mr. John Morgan, as we're summing up with our discussion, what would be your last few words?
Well, my last few words for SMEs is that you're doing a great job. You're making a serious contribution to this economy. You're employing people. You're paying taxes, both directly and indirectly. You know, some people say SMEs don't pay taxes and so on, which doesn't work because our regime is indirect most of the time. And as you consume things, as you manufacture things in your business, whether in darkness or in the light, you still pay taxes. So I want to thank you for that. And for those who are not compliant or registered or whatever, we would encourage you to formalize because advantage for you to do so. For our government colleagues and public officials, so it's a pleasure to work with you to ensure that the business sector in this country grows. At the end of the day, it's a win-win. We create jobs for young people. We're also able to grow a tax base. And you know, as a country, we are able to see ourselves evolve from a struggling one to a economy of hope.
All right. Yes. And there you have it from John Ogebe, who is the president, Federation of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises, Uganda, and he has something to do with the MSMEs week that is starting next week, so you should be part of those particular exhibitors at the UMA Showgrounds, UMA Multipurpose Hall. Yes, correct. So you can definitely be part of that and go out there to exhibit or showcase what you have that you've been making or that you've actually been producing in the last 2 years. Will definitely be shared from great entrepreneurs as well as different government officials will be present. So it is for you as we look at the possible recovery post-COVID. And we'll come to the end of our topic of discussion this moment as we're heading to our SMB on ground, which is at the Uganda Chamber of Commerce. This time around, we're going to be discussing digital commerce, or e-commerce, we should say, digital marketing, digital money, I should say. As we will be looking at how the e-commerce sector has been shaping